It's time for a first look at the upcoming 2026 Berks County High School football season. Brought to you by WEEU's award-winning sports team. Nobody does high school sports like WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond.
Welcome to our season previews. We're taking a look at Section 2 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League, and our previews are presented to you by Savage Auto Group. Taking a look at Section 2, we're talking with the Exeter Eagles. To my left is the head coach, Matt Bauer. To my right is one of his captains, offensive and defensive lineman, Matt Lis. And Coach, I want to start with you. First and foremost, here we are. We're at Don Thomas Stadium, the guy that made the footprint for this program, and now you have passed his record. I know you don't want to talk about it, I know it's uncomfortable, but it is a significant thing. You're a Berks County kid, and you know the name Don Thomas. You played against Don Thomas type football teams. It does have a meaning that you are the winningest football coach in this program.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine where we started and where we are now. Right. Again, Coach Thomas, always watched from afar when I took over and things like that, and he kind of didn't want to intervene much here and there, but I know he supported it, and where we've come from then to now is nothing sort of amazing, and a tribute to all the hard work and sacrifice to all the great kids I've had an opportunity to come in contact with. One
thing I can tell you about Don Thomas from my dealings with him very early on in my broadcast career is the one thing he liked was winning. So I know he will like that aspect of it. This is also the 5th year that Berks County has been part of the Lancaster-Lebanon League. You grew up as a Berks IC League kid, you coached as the Berks County League, and now this merger of the Berks and Lancaster-Lebanon League. I don't know if you were a proponent of it from the beginning, but your feelings of it now that you've experienced it over the course of the 4 years you've done it.
I mean, I think I was a proponent from the beginning because it is better football. There's more rivalries created. There's better caliber games. There's matchups. It took a little bit while to get some of these rivalries built because we were unfamiliar playing different programs and things of that nature, but it didn't take long for a couple rivalries to really sink in, and those are quickly turning into the biggest games on our schedule.
And we appreciate it because these guys are taking some time out of what they're in the middle of camp right now. But as you're getting yourself ready for this season, what do you think of the strengths of Exeter coming into this year?
Well, the guy sitting next to you is the strength right now, and it always is for us. It always starts up front, our offense and defensive line. If we can be physical and control the line of scrimmage, we have a chance to be successful.
Matt Lis, you are part of that. You've been a part of that in terms of the front of Exeter. This guy has always been a proponent of, he just got done talking about it. You talk about guys like a Michael Mennett who have come through here and been an offensive lineman. Do you feel an extra sense of responsibility to line up on the offensive line at Exeter High School?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of an honor to be a part of like a prestigious group that you talk about. Michael Mennett's been through, Logan Wegman's up at Navy right now. Anthony Kachazy's been through here. A bunch of prestigious linemen that have been part of the group. I'm proud to say that I'm the captain of the group.
I'm glad you said that because that was my next question. The captain. What does it mean to you to, in hockey terminology, they'd say put the C on the chest. What does it mean to you to put that C on your chest?
It means a whole lot to me. It just means that I have to do my job and I have to hold myself accountable. It also means I have to hold everyone else accountable for what they do. And I have to be responsible for everything. And yeah.
You've also led the way for a couple of 2,000-yard backs. A couple years ago was Jaden Zandero. Last year was Leo Brown. As an offensive lineman, I know your nose is this way, but are you conscious of what's running behind you? Does it change how you block based on what's behind you?
No, it does not at all. I block. I have my rules, my responsibilities. I got to worry about that. I know in my heart the guys behind me, they know what they're doing, and I trust they know what they're doing too, and I'm just going to let them do their thing.
Coach, I want to talk a little bit about the schedule, the non-league portion of your schedule, because it, in my mind, is up a notch from what it's been. You start out on the road against Norristown, but then you take on a Springford team. It's a 6A school, been a part of the District 1 6A playoffs more often than it has not over the last several years. And then you go to York High, which is always a dangerous component. That's the non-league portion of your schedule. It seems to me like it was an intended kick-up of the schedule.
It was, for sure. A lot of that is by design. Obviously, we want to be tested early, and I think we will be. I know we're always everybody's biggest game, but again, athletes hitting the caliber, as you said, of a Springford and of a York High prior to getting into our season. We open up with Ephrata here, and we need to be ready, we need to be tested, and we need to know what we're up against and what our strengths really are. Until you get into that situation where you really know what you have and the bullets are flying, you can conject all you want. Until you see it live, it's tough to tell.
And it's also a lot of different types of football that you're going to go up against. Springford brings what they bring forward. And again, York High, one thing you always know about York, you're going to go up against some athletes you might not see over the course of Section 2 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League. So it gets you prepared against some different styles of football before you get into section play.
Absolutely. And again, we're excited to see how our athletes can match up against some of their athletes, see how our schemes can work defensively, especially going up against high caliber offenses like Springford and people that like to throw the ball and stretch the field vertically. I'm excited for our opportunity, though. This is a great bunch of kids, and we couldn't be happier with our situation and when moving forward. You
start the season Section 2-wise, as you mentioned, here at home against Ephrata, and then right back again against Governor Mifflin, which is obviously a very familiar opponent for Exeter High School. So it's an opportunity for you on home turf to kind of, I think, set somewhat of a bar to say, here, are we good enough? Are we at the top again at Section 2 with a couple of early tests with Ephrata and Governor Mifflin? It's hard for me to talk like that because it is contradictory to, my thought process and the way we built this thing. Yes, all that's true, but you know what? I'm not thinking about week 4 and week 5. I'm thinking about week 1, okay? I'm actually thinking about our scrimmage with Blue Mountain first. You don't, I tell the kids all the time, don't get caught looking down the road, because as soon as you do that, your season can derail overnight. Matt, I'm going to ask you this as a player. Coach can't hear what you're saying. Don't worry about it. Is there a game on your schedule that you're looking forward to more than any of the other 10?
Not really, no. Like I said, it's been drilled into my mind, and it's a mindset that you have to focus on 1 week at a time. And that first game we have that scrimmage against Blue Mountain. We got to handle that. Then we can handle Norristown. Then we can handle Springford. We got to take it one thing at a time.
Well said, Matt. Well said. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you. But I don't have to worry about running extra when I do what I'm about to do, which is to talk about other games on your schedule. And I've got to talk about week 9 and week 10 because I think it's fascinating. So fascinating. We'll be here for week 9. We'll be on the road for week 10. Week 9 is quote unquote a non-section game. So therefore it doesn't mean anything. Baloney. It's Twin Valley. This is great theater for me. Twin Valley, you have a ton of respect for Brett Myers. I know that. And the job he has done with the Twin Valley Raiders to take them to a state final in his 4th season as a head coach.
No question, no question. I don't have a lot of friends who are coaches in this profession, but Brett is one of them. It's going to be a little bit strange, but I know our kids are going to give them everything they have. It is a tremendous opportunity. It is great for Berks County football, and I can't wait to see where we stack up. But again, that's week 9. We got a long way to go before we get to that.
And then the other game that has been great for the last couple of seasons, it is tremendous. It's Conestoga Valley. You've ended up playing each other twice in the regular season, and twice regular season and playoffs both years. It has been tremendous from the standpoint of good football. It really is a precursor of what you hope to be doing in week 11, week 12, wherever it goes. But Conestoga Valley has become perhaps your best rivalry right now when you get into Section 2.
And it goes back to what you said about, getting into Lancaster-Lebanon. It very quickly built into a huge game. And, playing them, they are definitely a huge rival for us. Playing up there in that environment is also a challenge, but it is also a great environment to play. We're up there again, and we'll see where we stack up at that point. Again, it's going to be one up front in the trenches, as it always is.
Matt, you've been a part of this rivalry, those matchups, that regular season and playoff rivalry with Conestoga Valley, your first 2 years in the program. Is it something as a player that you look forward to a little bit more, that opportunity? They got you in the regular season. You got them in the playoffs. Enough of the regular season stuff. We really need to get them in the regular season this year.
Yeah, I have the mentality of one game at a time, but I do look forward to that game. I like playing the best competition we can get, and the last couple seasons they've been that game for us, and they've just gotten the upper hand a bit in the regular season. I know we can, as this group, control the game this year, and I'm hoping that we can just get it done.
You've got a chance to play in your fair share of playoff games. What does it feel like as a player to get to that point where you put so much of your goals into getting to week 11 and getting to week 11 and week 12? How much more of an adrenaline rush have you found it to be playing playoff football as a high school football player?
Yeah, you said about the adrenaline thing. You get a little bit of adrenaline going, but you just got to think job's not done. That's not the end goal. Sure, you might have a goal get to playoffs, but you have to do it out. You have to keep going. You can't be your end goal. You got to keep going through. You got to win the playoff games.
You are a senior football player. I know you want to continue to move on and play at the next level of football, but what are you going to miss about Friday nights at Exeter High School?
I say the atmosphere of playing with my best friends that I've known my entire life. I say there's no better feeling than getting out of school at 2:25, going down to the locker room. You're just hyping each other up. You're ready for the game. It's awesome.
Coach, one of the things that you always do here at Exeter, when the game is over with, you make everybody stop and you go over and you watch the band play, which I think is a really cool thing. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot of other schools that do that. I don't know if that's a Matt Bauer thing or if it's an Exeter thing, but it is an Exeter thing for sure.
It goes back again to when we started here. This marching band was the pride of the school.
They were better than you were then.
Not that, but again, people would come at halftime and the marching band would perform, and then they would perform after the game as well. So as soon as I took over here, I wanted to be a part and start building a little sense of community and a little sense of school spirit. So I wanted to get involved with them right away. And we have this example program that we're putting in place where we're going to music events, we're going to art shows and things like that, because it builds the sense of community, it builds the sense of school spirit, and that's not easy to do these days.
This is your 18th season as the head coach at Exeter, and you've done a tremendous job of turning this program into a winning program, you and your coaching staff. But as you're doing this, and now we're in camp, as you're doing this, are you in the process, is this just a regurgitation every year, or are you refining this as you go along, that you don't have to do some of the things that you did way back when this program was in its infancy?
Again, I think overall we are constantly refining. We are self-reflecting at all times. We are trying to get the best out of our kids, and no team is the same. We're always evaluating our skill sets and what our kids can do well, and we're trying to craft that. There is no set playbook where we're going to run this regardless of the kids we get. We look at the guys we have and what we can do, and we want to put them in the best chance to be successful.
Coach Matt, we appreciate your time. Continued good luck. Matt, stay healthy. We look forward to seeing you in 2026, your senior season. Thanks for taking some time out of practice, Coach. We appreciate you taking a break for us. And you have taken a look at Section 2 of the LL with the Exeter Eagles. More to come. We continue our Section 2 preview with the Muhlenberg Mules. Matt Nobbs spent some time talking with the head coach of the Mules, Rob Flowers.
I'm Matt Nobb, and I'm here with Muhlenberg coach Rob Flowers. Coach, always good to see you. We're already laughing and having a good time. The season is right around the corner. Last season for the Mules, though, was a fantastic season. Yep. Led the team back to the district playoffs. You put Muhlenberg back on the map. What's the excitement and buzz like around campus and around school?
There's a lot of excitement, man. Obviously, the success that we had a year ago, you carry that over. You carry that into the offseason. You carry that into spring ball and summertime. And our young men are very excited about what we got going on. Very excited about everything.
There's a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. You're an energetic guy. But as you head in now into official practice starting next week, how do you translate that energy into focus and dedication and preparation for the players?
It's about time. Like it's here, right? Monday, August 10th is here now. So we're just going to transition to what we've been doing. All right, we put the pads on now, so we're really going to see who can hit, and we're going to see who has really been training, who really wants to be out there. So we're looking forward to it.
You're going to have some new faces in important positions this year. Yep. Cam Small, Mike Miller, Freddie Lacey, they all graduated. Who are some of the younger players you expect to step up this season and fill some of those roles?
Super excited, man. So taking over the Cam Small role, we have 4 guys that are competing for that position right now. Ian Rodriguez, who's with us last year, he's going to be a junior. Manny O.E. is going to be a senior. We have so we got an Antietam merger now, so we have 2 gentlemen that came over from Antietam, which is very helpful for us. Mel Boston, and we have Braylon Williams. So super excited about those young men, at that position. Wide receiver position, looking for Caleb Perez, who's going to start at one of the receivers, and Noel Rosario is going to start another receiver. Benj Joseph, Jaden Faulkner, Jaden Talley. So we definitely got some weapons on our perimeter this year.
You mentioned the running back room. Do you expect it to be running back by committee, or one player can step up?
It will not be running back by committee.
So
they will
open
compete.
Competition.
Absolutely, they will compete, and we will play the best one, and they will get carries like Cam got carries.
And what can you say about just the collective competitiveness of that group?
So the beautiful thing about it, Matt, is everyone wants to touch the ball. So they show up, and we let them know, hey, if this person wasn't here or they were away, whatever got going on, you now moved up, and you keep getting better. So it's been fun to watch. And what's pretty cool though is all 4 of those guys do some things differently for us. So that's impressive too.
And you mentioned your co-op with Antietam.
Yeah.
How excited are you about that, to have a couple Antietam kids?
So
on the
not
team?
only do we get a couple Antietam kids, we welcomed a whole nother community. And you know how we operate within our football program, and welcoming another community is a big deal. And we got about 7 young men on the high school level. We'll have a couple on the junior high level. So that's a plus for us, man. It's a beautiful thing.
You got a lot of players eager to compete.
Yes.
For positions. But what do you like most about your team at this stage of the summer?
So I was just talking to our young men about this the other day. We're coming close. Like we're starting to get that family feel a little bit, and that's what you want. And I'm super excited about it because it's happening sooner than I thought it was going to happen. It's happening sooner than it happened last year with those guys. So we got to take that and we got to expand on that. So that's a big deal.
Fair to say that's a byproduct of what you had built here the last 2 years and the sort of the camaraderie in the community.
Most certainly something that we've been building here. I mean, it was you can't build something without that. So that's definitely something for us. Now we got to play inside the white lines, but playing inside the white lines with people that you love and you care about is a lot easier than playing inside the white lines with people that you don't really care about. So that's important.
And you mentioned between the lines. What's the biggest area you like your team to improve upon between now and week 1?
Between now and week 1 is just making sure we are efficient on both sides of the ball and we're as disciplined as we possibly can be. That's what I want to see us do. So we're going to have different scenarios in practice, and we're going to have different scenarios come week 1. So we got to practice those scenarios. We got to be on point. We got to avoid the distractions of the teenage brain, and you got to focus on football right now. We laugh, but it's a real thing. And we talk about those. There's no elephants in our rooms, man. We talk about it all.
Your starting quarterback, Adriel Baez, is returning. What are your expectations for him this season?
To be better than he was a year ago. To lead his teammates, to stay close to his teammates, to be more vocal, understand more of the offense, put us in the correct plays as needed, to be that guy that we want you to be and that we know you can be. This is his 3rd straight year now. So there's more in the playbook that you got, young fella, and it's on you. Like, we can't have errors with how we're reading things. Like, not no more. So.
And for him and your other returning players, what do you think they can learn from last year and learn from that playoff experience as well?
How to work to get to wins, how to work and prepare for Friday nights. And like I said last year down at Spring Grove, we were good enough to get there. We weren't good enough to win it yet. So we got better this offseason, and I know that's what everybody took with them at the end of our season last year.
And aside from leaders on the field, who were some of the players you expect to step up and lead off the field and in the locker room?
Trent Stewart has been doing a phenomenal job leading, being a captain for us. Chase Zone is another kid that's done a nice job for what we got going on. Joey Rolone has done a nice job leading. Those 3 young men have done an excellent job of doing exactly what successful programs have from your players. They're verbal, they're there, they're present, they get along with everybody, and that's what we need. So they've been doing an excellent job.
And how do you encourage them to be more vocal and be a vocal leader?
Trent, this is what you need to do. Julian, this is what you need to do. Whoever it may be, but part of their personalities are that. And we do an excellent job of the staff as reminding individuals, we want you. Like, we don't want you to be somebody else. We want who you are, because that's what makes us better.
We laugh and joke about it, but is it hard sometimes to bring that out of a teenager?
Of course, it's hard to bring out of a teenager.
What's the key in doing that?
Just the relationships that we build with our players and empowering them to do things. So just something little like We start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Stretch better be going by 8 o'clock in the morning. We shouldn't have to blow a whistle and get things going in the weight room. Stretch needs to be going. So guys will take ownership with that. Guys, get up from the locker room. Let's get it going. So you just got to empower kids and remind them that you believe in them and you care for them and you want them to be great. And then in turn, they're going to give it back to you. And that's what makes us different in our space. I'm getting chills thinking about that.
Fair to say that's one of the more rewarding parts of being a high school football coach?
Absolutely. That is one of the most rewarding parts, is to be able to watch our young men just grow year after year after year. Like I remember when this current senior group, they were our sophomore class when we got here. So here we are seniors now. And I remind them, fellas, like, you guys have a great opportunity of what we've been doing to finish on the positive side of your high school career. There hasn't been a class that's been able to do that in a while here at Muhlenberg. So they have a great opportunity to do so.
And what are the team's goals for this season?
Same as they always are, man. We break our things down to first level goal, second level goal, third level goal, and the main goal. And they don't change for us year after year. So it's just how we work. So we continue to work on those things each and every day. I mean, obviously, our first one is to win the opener. You got to get the opener. You always got to beat your rival. You want to contend for the section championship. You want to qualify for districts. You want to host a district playoff game. So we keep all those goals ready to go. We just, how we operate and how we attack it changes sometimes.
I think I know the answer to this question, Coach, but how eager are you and the rest of the team for the season to start?
Oh, we're ready to go. We're ready. We are ready to go. 8-10, it's here. So we're good. We're ready to go.
Muhlenberg coach Rob Flowers, he's always ready to go. The Mules will be featured on WEEU this season. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Our Section 2 preview continues now as we'll take a look at the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. We stopped by practice and got a chance to talk with the Mustangs head coach, Nick Morrissey. We're talking with Nick Morrissey, the coach for the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. Coach, third season now as the head coach since taking over this program. What's got you excited about 2026?
Well, we have an entire coaching staff that's back for a second year in a row. So guys are really starting to work together and trust one another. And defensively now we have our package in, and the kids understand and know it because the same defense coordinator for 2 years. And then obviously we have some exciting stuff going on offense.
Yes, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a moment. But I want to talk to you about the end of last season. Last season ended, you played Pocono Mountain West in an Eastern Conference playoff game. You won that game. Were you able to take something out of that? Was there benefit to playing that game and getting a win?
Absolutely. For kids to feel what it's like to win a championship, to get medals around their neck, to finish something even though there were some ups and downs in the season, and then just to end on a win. Not many teams can say that they ended a season on a win. So I think there was a lot of good things that we took from that.
You've been a part of this program now for quite a number of years under Jeff Lang and under Mick Vecchio before that, and you've seen some of the best days of this football program. It has not been great. It's been okay, but not great. What has to happen for Governor Mifflin to get back to the best days of Mifflin football?
Yeah, I think we need to get the community excited again. We need to get kids out and get our numbers healthy. We need to have the best athletes out in our school. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we took a hard look at changing our offense. We thrive on 2 and 3 sport athletes. We need the best baseball players and the best basketball players in our school. And when we were really good, that's what we had, because when we're competing against schools that are significantly bigger than us, we need the best athletes in our school to play. So when we looked at changing this offense, I looked at what's going to get kids excited. What's going to get the best basketball player out to want to play wide receiver? And I think that's a big thing that we're doing, and it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think the community's excited about it.
Well, you watched it, you saw Mick Vecchio's offense, and I heard you say on more than one occasion to me, maybe once or twice, there's not a chance we're coming out of that offense, right up until about the middle of last season when you said, Bob, next season I think we're going to have a new offense. So it's going to happen.
Yeah, I ate my words for sure. It started with taking a hard look at our personnel coming up, our 7th, 8th, and 9th grade groups, which are strong groups. And then we have a young quarterback, 9th going to 10th, that worked his tail off, that can throw the ball all over the field and understands the game. And I just think it was what best fits our kids and our personality type, along with getting the best athletes in the school out to play.
So what are some of the people and who are some of the kids that we're going to need to know about for Governor Mifflin in 2026?
Yeah, I think it starts up front. We have 4 senior linemen that have worked really hard. They're going to be the engine of our front line. Mikey Fuentes, Jordan Linebach, David Facey are some of those guys. And then Gunnar Gebhardt. And then we have some skill kids. Guy Campitelli is a very good receiver. And then, like I said, we have a 10th grade quarterback that's worked his tail off and that can sling it around a little bit in Jack Miller.
I understand that there might be some pretty good pedigree in the gene pool for Mr. Miller.
Yeah, I think he knows the game. He might have been around it since he's maybe 6 months old.
Right.
So
his dad is TJ, who played here, was
Yep.
has been a coach around here, was a head coach for Boyertown, and now he's running your offense.
Yes, yep, and he, I would say he understands the game. He's probably at a junior or senior level of understanding of what we want to do and how we want to do it.
So opening night is Wilson. We're going to be here with WEU and have the game for you here on WEU. What are you hoping to get out of what you know is going to be a rough night because the Bulldogs have a lot of talent?
Yep, the Bulldogs are really talented. Number one, it's going to give us an opportunity to see where we need to improve because they are going to be really talented at every position. But I also am going to, we're going to get after those guys. You know, we play a brand of football that's tough. And we're going to give it our best shot. So I think I look forward to a fun night to see where we're at. And we're certainly going to know where we're at after week 1 because they have one heck of a team. Every year they have a heck of a team. But this year they have a really special group.
Wilson, once upon a time when Governor Mifflin was week 10. And for a while it was week number 1. And it got kind of stuck in the middle. It's back to week number 1. If it can't be on week 10, personally, I love the fact that it's on week number 1. I don't know if you think that way, but what do you think about that?
So I have to thank my athletic director for this one because I went to him and I begged him. I said, if we have to play one of the best teams in the state every year, we have got to play them week 1 because there is an excitement in that game week 1 like none other. It makes you want to play for Governor Mifflin, obviously, or Wilson because you get to experience something that I believe nobody in the county can experience. When it got to the middle of the year, it lost all of that hype. So I am so excited about having it be back at week 1. I think that it is what makes the rivalry and the tradition great. So, and like I said, went to my athletic director, begged him to get it back to week 1, and he did whatever he could to make that happen.
Week 2 is Boyertown, week 3 is at Hempfield.
Yep.
What are you hoping that you can get out of when it's all said and done to get you ready for Section 2 play in week 4?
Well, yeah, I think they're going to have us ready for Section 2 play. Boyertown had an incredible year last year in the pack, and then Hempfield is competitive every year and a huge 6A school. Number one, what I'm hoping is that we are low on numbers this year. We get out of those 3 games healthy. And we're doing different things at practice this year that we've never done before to make sure that we keep the kids healthy. And number 2, that we gain confidence and win 1 or 2 of those games, or hopefully all 3 of them, to go into league play and get things really going.
And when you get into Section 2 play for the Lancaster-Lebanon League, what do you think? What do your crystal ball think for Section 2? What do you think is going to be laying in the weeds for you in Section 2?
Well, you have to, just like when we were on our reign, you have to give respect to Conestoga Valley and Exeter. Until somebody knocks off those 2 programs, they've been the king of Section 2 and premier programs for the last 4 or 5 years. So I have a ton of respect for both of those programs and both of those coaching staffs. I feel this year more than ever that we have a chance to really compete with those programs, but I think that until teams knock them off, you got to tip your cap to them and what they're doing.
We're talking to you, Coach. You're a couple days into camp. How camp is going so far? What are you hoping to be? What do you hope to get out of camp by the time it's all said and done?
Yeah, so we've had a really good summer. Number one, like I said a couple times, with our numbers where they are right now, we've got to stay healthy. We've got to do things the smart way. And then we're going to be relying on a significant amount of 10th graders. When you rely on 10th graders, it is critical to keep it simple, and get them up to pace as fast as you possibly can. And that's really what we're working on, getting our young guys who are going to be contributing as many reps as they possibly can.
Nick Morrissey, the head coach of the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. We're going to see him on that week 1. Coach, good luck to you the rest of the camp and the rest of the season as well.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for taking a look at our previews of the Lancaster-Lebanon League as we get you set for opening night. Thanks to Sean Tansky and Matt Knob for their work in putting all this together, in addition to the cooperation of the coaches and players for allowing us the opportunity to spend some time with them. Getting you set for August the 28th. That's when it gets rolling for us here on WEU. We get it started with Governor Mifflin and Wilson, and we'll be at it each and every Friday night and a couple of Saturdays at the A Field in Wyomissing as well. We've got a great schedule on hand for you. Hope you'll check us out. Of course, we're always on the radio at 8:30 a.m. WEU. You can find us online as well, but of course, we have the video for you too. It's on our YouTube channel at 8:30 WEU Sports. Matt Lytle, Sean Tansky, and yours truly, Bob McCool, will be with you for our Friday nights of high school football presented by Savage Auto Group, coming your way this fall.